Today we're going to work on the checkerboard blocks. I have all three. Here's one, and here are the other two. All three cut out. So I am ready to start sewing. Now, with this block, it's one of the things that I want you to try to do with this block is when you attach the corner pieces, you're going to attach them and line them up just like this. All right, so I've got them lined up, and we're going to sew just one thread on this side of the drawn line. So I'm just going to go right straight as I can down to here, and then I will sew this one. So I'm going to line them up, and I'll pin them so that you can see how I'm going to do it. So there's one, and it doesn't hurt to pin on this one because if these move, the blocks are going to go off center a little bit, which could be tough. And here is the second one. All right. And I'm going to put a pin over here. And then again, like I just said, I'm going to sew right next to the drawn line. I want one extra thread to do a fold over. So I'm going to sew straight down. I'll do all, I think we've got 9 of these blocks. Yeah, we've got 9. I'm going to do these 2 on all 9 of the blocks, and then I will press them. And again, I'm pretty certain I'm going to press these seams open, and then we will turn our block and do these 2, and then we'll be done. So not a difficult block. Lots of little pieces, but not a tough block. I am going to make just the first one, then I'll do the other 2. I want to feel how these squares are gonna press out before I start tackling the other 2. I will be back when I go to add these 2 so that you can see how I do that. All right, I wanted to show you where I'm at. I've got these all done. Here's the pile so that you can see them. So the next thing I'm going to do, I did follow the directions and press them the way the directions said. I thought, on this one, I'm gonna follow it right through on the first block, and then I'll see how it lays on the next 2 blocks. So here it is. I'm going to now do the exact same thing I did before. I'm just gonna take my piece, gonna line it right up at the edges, and let me grab my pins, and then stick a pin in each side, and then once again stitch. Gonna stitch just like I did the last one, which was right on the right next to my drawn line, not quite on it, just next to it. And I will do that on all of the blocks. Then it will be necessary to square these all up. And on this one here, well, there's my stitch line. Well, I can't show you because my drawing's gone because I used the pen. But anyhow, so this is how I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get them all pinned. I did pin them and get sewing on them, and then I'll come back and show you what they look like all squared up. I wanted to show you what I meant by stitching right next to the drawn line. I hope that you can see this, but I'm right next to that drawn line. This block is supposed to square up to be 3 inches. So what I do is I take the finished size, divide it in half, which would be 1 1/2, and you can see here what I've done is I have lined the 1 1/2 inch mark up with the points in our center block. Then that way what I can do is just trim off the 2 sides, rotate it, trim off the next 2, lining it up again, of course, and then we have our 3 inch block. So you can see the top I'm at the 1.5 at my center point. I'm at the 1.5 along the side, and that's all there is to it. It'll square that block up really nice for you, and then you'll be ready to move on to the next section. Here we go. It's just time to lay it out. You may follow the example in the book, or you can do your own design based on how you'd like your fabrics to be. I pretty much followed the book, but obviously you can do what you want to. So I'm going to lay them out, then I'm just going to put them together in a row. Then I will put the rows together to make the block, and then my quilt will be, or this block will be done, and I'll move on to my next ones. That's all there is to it. This is really a pretty simple block. The biggest thing is I want to caution you to take the time to square them. So that's it.